hand together.
Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. न निरोधो न च उत्पत्ति न बद्धो न च साधकः न मुक्तः न मुमुक्षुर्वै इत्येषा परमार्थता. In Yoga Vasishta, and the same shlok is taken by Gaudapadacharya while writing his commentary on Mandukya Upanishad. This verse. What is said here? Nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. Nobody is seeking, nothing is sought. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. This is the ultimate truth. We don't have to do anything. In being, there are no efforts. In becoming, there are efforts. Now this Amma was singing. So she has to remember the spelling of each word. You know, like in English or Sanskrit, there are spellings of the words, isn't it? Similarly, when these Mahatmas sing, every rag has a spelling. Like this one, our Happy Mantramala, that is Revati Rag. In that Revati Rag, there are certain alphabets. According to that only, the Avaroha, Aroha, etc. continues. So, this is the ultimate truth. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. What efforts we have got when we have to do something? Like when Mama was singing, she has to put efforts. When you are listening, you have to put efforts. I was not listening, no efforts. See? Therefore, the fulfillment in life is when we abide in our essential nature. And that can be achieved only by proper understanding and analyzing our own experiences. Then only it is possible. So, what are our experiences? Our experiences are 4 of them. Like, this is just an example that we are awake. I don't know. Either all are awake or not. So we are all awake. Then we also go through dreams. Once a child asked me this question, Swamiji, do you dream? I said, yes, I dream. Then I had to ask him, do you dream? He said, yes. What was your dream? "Oh, I will not tell you. Why? Because of the dream, my father gave me heart beating. Now I want to know, tell me what was your dream. My dream was when I got up in the morning, I was crying, and my father, why are you crying? I said, I had a very bad dream. What dream you had? So I told my father, I failed in the examination. Give. Even in the dream you cannot pass. Will you live happily when you are awake? See, friends. So our experiences are not limited only to the waking. They include waking, dream, deep sleep, and samadhi. Now, you don't have to see anywhere. The spiritual laboratory is your mind. You are the scientist. You are the material on which the experiment is conducted. You are the one who is analyzing the data, and you are the one who is arriving at the conclusion, and the conclusion will be you will disappear. See? This is spiritual life. Simple. See? If you have to do Samaj Seva, like these days now, Bombay, this Ganesh Utsav, I think today or tomorrow something. Some channels are again and again writing me, Swamiji, please send a Ganesh Utsav message for our TV channel. We want to broadcast this. What there to Ganesh? ठीक है जो हो रहा है हो रहा है. So there, what is a Sarvajanik Ganesh Utsav? There are so many of them, and they go from house to house, collect funds, so that they can enjoy. And Ganesh ji is simply sitting like that watching, kya karu main? So when you want to do something in this world, you require material, resources. If you want to learn music, many years before, when I was small, I wanted to learn tabla. So I went to the teacher, and he was a very elderly person, very nice. And it was written there on the board. Those who know something, fees 100 rupees per sitting. Those who do not know anything, 10 rupees for the month. I said, say something wrong or what, yaar? So I asked, I said, uncle, is it wrongly written? No, it is right. I said, how it is right? He said, those who already know. To undo that, my life goes out. They will not change. See? And those who do not know, I tell them and they do immediately. Like it is easier to write on a blank paper than a already paper having a lot of things on that. So I went there to see, learn. And within 1 week, when I went there, again next week when I went, then the people at that home told, we are sorry. I said, what happened? He died. I said, I don't want to kill more musicians. From that time onward, I divorced from music. People will die if they teach me. So if you have to learn anything outside, you require teachers, you require so many things, support, is it not? If you want to do business, you must know how to cheat. No business is, they may call it honest business. It's honestly cheating. Then if you want to get some degree, Like in BHU, Banaras Hindu University, there are many of them. I know them very well. There is one Swami, and he is not in the university, but is a good friend of mine. I said, "Hey, Mahatmaji, tell me something. What is new in this place?" He says, "Swamiji, I produce PhD thesis." I said, "I don't understand what you are telling." He said, "All the students who get PhD from the BHU, I write thesis for them and I give to them at a cost. So, how many pages? 100 pages, 20,000 rupees. And I write the thesis and give it to them. PhD. You require a teacher, you require all kinds of things, then you get a degree. Okay. Then you want to become a doctor. So, first of all, you have to practice for 15, 20 years. After killing many people, then you become expert in surviving them. Now, come back to being what you need. This is all spiritual life. ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. We don't have to gain anything. And therefore, there is no possibility of loss. Once, one of my friend, doctor, her father came to USA many years before. And he came just to get him medically checked. Because the daughter being the doctor, so she did everything. And yet he was very miserable. So she called me, "Swamiji, this is what happened. What should I do?" I said, "My fees, but give good food." That's it. So I went to their house, and that old man, NRI imported from India, and Namaskar Chamatkar. And afterwards, I said, "First food, and then I will talk. Who will take the risk?" So I finished my food. And but here I am taking. See? Because all of them have come for the same thing. I know that. Keep satsanga not followed by dinner, nobody will come. So after that, um, she says, "Swamiji," I say, "You don't tell me, you go away. Let me sit with Papa." Many years old. He must be about 70 or 75. That time I was very young. Then I said, "Yes, Papa, what is the problem? Your daughter was telling, oh, here all doctors are rubbish." I said, "This is nothing new, something different. Doctors are rubbish." Then, see, they have checked me everything and they say nothing is wrong with me. This is one of the biggest difficulty for the old people. If they are healthy, they don't trust themselves. Because normally old people have diseases. About this, another example. In Calcutta, it happened. I was staying with one old man and he was so tan. He was a problem for everybody. Very healthy, strong. We used to eat food in a hotel, South Indian hotel. And he will eat up to his nose and do so many things, but nothing wrong with him. No sugar problem, no blood problem, no heart problem, no nothing. And all the old people are ill. One day a virus went in his head. When somebody said, "How come you don't look like old? Normally old people are having some problem." This created a problem in his mind. Really, old people have, I don't have problem. Is something wrong with me? Then he started going from doctor to doctor. And all the doctors will check it and say, "Congratulations, you are wonderful. At your age, you are very healthy." will come out. I used to go with him. This doctor doesn't know anything. And this age, no disease, how it is possible? Second doctor, same thing. Third doctor, same thing. Then I understood his disease. The fourth doctor, before going, I visited him. I said, look here, I am bringing such and such patient. Kindly tell few diseases. That you have got heart problem, 70%, 80% blocked, and then you have got little bit sugar, you are on a border thing, and do this, don't climb the steps very fast, go slowly, better avoid. So all things were, we went there, and as he did all the technique, and he wrote, I'm sorry, but to tell you, your heart is 70% blocked. Then only look at me. They go, very good. And thereafter, when we used to go our first floor, straight away, run like that, he used to then walk slowly. See, friends. Therefore, this old man in USA, he was complaining, doctors don't know anything. How can everything be good with me? I said, you are right. Now, what is your problem? Tell me. I'll diagnose. He said, look here. I was a chartered accountant and working for L&T, very big company in India. And every years, the last account statement I could remember by heart. Only figures. This column, this figures, everything. That was my ability, my memory. But now I don't remember. So I asked him, you are telling lies, you remember? No, no, really I don't remember. Then how do you remember that you don't remember? He got confused. What do you say? Then I told him, Maharaj, see, earlier how many chapatis you used to eat? Maybe about 10, 9 like that. Now one chapati. Why? I can't digest. So digestion capacity has gone down. Very good. Earlier, how much you used to lift the weight? I used to lift maybe around 15, 20 kg easily. Now, if I lift a papad, I get very good. Earlier, you used to have glasses when you were born. No. Now, I require glasses. If I don't have, I can't see. Very good. So, all your faculties are becoming weak, is it not? By age? Yes. Then I told, look here, memory is also a faculty. So if your memory is failing, it is not abnormal. On the contrary, I'll put it the other way around. Do you know what is the God's gift for all of us? The ability to forget. Take money from somebody and forget. You will be happiest in the world. लिया था मुझे याद ही नहीं. Friends, all these things require efforts. In being, there are no efforts. Now, how to be? Again, two things. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. What do we want in life? Everything is perfect. Therefore, the worries, frustration, liberation, God realization, going to the heaven, all these words have no meaning. No efforts. Now, if I ask you, 397 days before at 5 o'clock in the evening, where were you? Efforts. If I ask you, after so many days, what you will do at this time? I don't know. First, you have to calculate. Efforts. Now. Now and here, how are you? Efforts. Effortlessness is abiding in the truth. So why efforts begin? Because we want to prove something to somebody. We don't want to prove anything to anybody. Just be yourself. लोग क्या कहेंगे? कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे. लोगों का काम है कहना. छोड़ो बेकार की बातें, अपने मस्ती में रहना. See, this approach to life is effortless. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You must have seen that the old man, his issue was, I cannot remember. Earlier I used to remember. Now I am not remembering. And very good. Nahi to nahi. How does it matter? Similarly, don't remember God. In one house I went, a Jain family. They used to be my host. And traveled a lot by those days by train from Ernakulam to Guwahati. You can imagine what a distance it is. By 3 tier. Those days there were no AC trains. So I traveled there. And after I reached their house, maybe in the afternoon, 3 o'clock or so, and Amma said, Swamiji, this is neither a lunch time nor a dinner time. So I have made some snacks for you. I said, okay, that will do. Then I said, bring it. No, you have to close your eyes. Then I'll bring. I said, okay. We have to dance to the tune of everybody. Then she put something on it. Now, Swamiji, now you can see. Could you believe? When I was in Ernakulam, day and night, morning and evening, only idli, dosa. Dosa, idli, dosa. It has gone so much in my system that I used to dream the pillow is idli and a dosa is a bed sheet. And when I went there, again the idli came. Oh God. I said, which flight you took? Came earlier than me. She said, Swamiji, what happened? I said, I am happy. Friends. Now what was happening? I was so much influenced by the food that I was taking for last 1 month, and it has gone deep in my system. Exactly the same way. We are told, think of God, reflect on God, meditate on God. On this, she asked me this question, Swamiji, our sadhvis come and tell, Atma Chintan karo. You people also tell Atma Chintan, think of God. What is the meaning? I said, look here. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa. God, Paramatma, Divine, Brahman, Bhagavan, all are same words, same meaning. Is beyond the scope of speech and thought. And we are told, think about God all the time. So, how do we think about God? I said, if we tell you, our market will go, so we keep you busy. Then how do we keep busy? Beta, do this japa. Take this mantra. One lady in Bihar, a school teacher, she came, Swamiji, when we were children, some Mahatma came to our village and gave a mantra. I don't know what it was, but my parents told me that this is the mantra you chant. I am chanting since last so many years. Nothing has happened. Kindly give me some powerful mantra. So you can imagine how can I become miserable? Give me some powerful mantra. I said, okay, repeat after me. Ready? Yes. Dhum dhadaka, dhum dhadaka, dhum dhadaka. Powerful mantra. See, remember simple thing. Atma Chintan, Brahma Chintan, Bhagwan Chintan, God thinking is not thinking about anything. At this moment, you are one with the divine. Mind dissolved. At this moment, you are neither man or woman, rich or poor, married or unmarried. Because thoughts come only about something which is other than us. When I become a husband, so who is this I? I is a man. He became husband. After I becomes husband, so I is a uh, uh, not a individual name, but it is a third person singular. When this I becomes the husband, he is reduced from the infinite to the finite. Then he will start thinking about the wife. But if I just be like our eyes cannot see themselves, we cannot think about ourselves. Therefore, Atma Chintan is not thinking about anything and also not going to sleep. Because if you go to sleep, sleep is also a thought. Patanjali Maharshi writes, Abhava pratyaya lambana vrittihi nidra. What is the sleep? Vritti, a thought. Sleep is a thought. Now, what is the content of the thought of deep sleep? Abhava, absence. So, absence cannot be an object. See? Can I ask, hey, think about absence? Question will come, absence of what? See? So, if deep sleep is a thought where absence is the object of knowledge, then the question comes, absence of what? The absence of waking and dream. So, as much waking is a thought, as much dream is a thought, deep sleep is also a thought. We have to transcend the thoughts, and they can be when you have no reference. See? Suppose we do this experiment. You are either husband or wife. Now think, Now, second experiment. Become children or parents and think. A third. Remain as nobody and think. So, three experiments. When you became husband or wife, you are thinking about wife or husband respectively. When children are parents, thinking about parents or children respectively. When you are nobody, no thoughts. What is the reason? The reason is for the thoughts to erupt, a reference is required. So we don't have to stop the thought thinking process, but we have to transcend the thinking process. Not taking this stand, many people observe mauna, silence. Now, what is silence? I don't want to talk. Talk when necessary. No, observing mauna. And what is maunam? Many Babajis do that. We went somewhere. My friend told me, Swamiji, here is the big Mahatma. Should we go and take darshan? I said, come. No problem. So we went there and he had that big ashram and there was a secretary there. So we were going, where are you going? I said, Mahatma ka darshan. No. I said, all right. Mahatma is in Maunam. I said, very good. Don't scold, we go. So when we were going, after a few minutes he came again running. Come here. I said, what for? Mahatma ji called you. I said, he's in Mauna, how can he call? Don't argue. I said, okay. Then I said, come, we'll go and take darshan of Mahatma. He will not come, only you go. No loving talk, dictation. It's all right. I said, enjoy, I am going for sacrifice. I went inside. He was a Mahatma on a big sofa, sitting like this comfortably. And for me, I'm a plastic brand. Go and plastic, sit there. And he took his paper pen and I took it. What is your name? So, then, second one. Where are you from? Where do you stay here? He was writing, I was replying in written. After third time, I remembered, Are, I can talk. Why I am not talking? So like you laugh, I also laugh. And he also realized, Are. And when he also laughed, then I asked him, I said, sir, laughing is allowed in silence. Don't do all these gimmicks. When there is a need, talk. When there is a need, do work. But in all this, remember only one principle. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. And that can be done only if you are expert as an actor. Kar natak. Natak karo. How to do the natak? What are you doing now? As if listening. See? I have learned so many things from you. And one of the thing is, I don't have this misgiving that because of my satsang pravachan, people will change. No. The reason is, I don't want them to change. Who is the successful doctor? In Indore, it happened. One couple, both of them doctors, And they had a very nice big hospital and earning millions. They had a son. He also became doctor. So he can inherit what? Patience, not the practice, patience. So then he said, Mom, Dad, you have been working hard for so many years. You deserve at least a month or two vacation to Europe. And the parents, see, our son is so concerned. Okay, beta, we'll go. So he dispatched them. And don't worry, I'll take care of everything. Yes, yes, we have got full confidence in you. They came after 2 months. And now the son is very excited to tell what he has done. Dad, Mom, you will be proud of me. Yes, we are. You know what I have done? All those old patients which were hanging around in the ashram, I cleared them. Both of them got the heart attack. Oh, dumb, who told you? Patients are to be cured. They are to be maintained. This building is only because of that. Exactly the same way, we want to maintain the audience. We don't want you to change, continue suffering. Our market is maintained. Friends, you cannot change anybody in this world. We are here to change ourselves. You cannot teach anybody in this world. You have to learn. See? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita clearly tells, Uddharedatmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet. Atmaiva atmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmana. We are not here to improve the world. The one who created, he knows his job. See? And he has also clearly told, Yada yada hi dharmasya. Do you know this thing? Bhagwan Krishna was a UP ka bhaiya. You know that? He was from Uttar Pradesh. He was not from Bengal. Had he been from Bengal or from South India, how he would have chanted? Yada yada hi dharmasya. Joda joda hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharato. Arjun would have laughed. Yaar, aisa mat bol. So he is very clear. When there is a need, I shall come. You don't worry. You be a fit instrument for what you are sent here. See, friends, like one of my friends, he has built a good ashram. And then Swamiji, see, he has built such a nice ashram. Why don't you build? I said, look here, he is layak to build and maintain an ashram. I am nalayak. I cannot do that. अपनी औकात पहचानो. You must find out for what you are fit. Because others are doing, we do that. No. Spiritual life is not a mimicry. We have to learn. And this learning is the foundation of spiritual life. Nobody can teach us, and we cannot teach anybody. Whole Bhagavad Gita, Bhagwan Sri Krishna told. And after having told, did Bhagwan Krishna ask a question to Arjun? Arjun, I told you so many things. Did you get the knowledge? He didn't ask this question. His question was that Kachit etam shrutam partha toya ekagrena chetasa kachit ajnana sammoha pranashtaste dhananjaya. Hey Arjun, have you heard with single pointed mind? Has your delusion gone or not? Friends, spiritual practice is not changing the notions. If you are doing something bad in life, then you will change. I am not doing bad now. Earlier I used to do a lot of corruption, but now I don't do it. I is still there. Earlier I used to be a non-vegetarian every day. Now I reduced. So I is still there. Earlier I used to speak lies. Now I don't speak that much. Friends, spiritual life is not changing the I, but freedom from I. See? And this can be done only if you recognize this principle. Whenever we are disturbed, instead of why I am disturbed, change the question. Who is disturbed? You will get the answer. So, at the root of every disturbance, there is a seed of somebody. That somebody is only disturbed. Therefore, when you became husband wife, the thoughts came to wife or the husband, not to the man or the woman. When you became the children or the parents, the thoughts came to the parents or the children, not to the man or the woman. See? So where was the problem? Arjuna had no problem. He was the Sachin Tendulkar of his time. The known warrior. He was never defeated in any war that he played. Not a single war. Therefore, one of the name of Arjuna was Vijay. He was never defeated. So war was not a problem. Killing was not a problem. Then what was the problem? See, in his own words, he says, Karpanya dosho pahata swabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yasreyasyat nishchitam bruhitanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Karpanya dosh. Karpanya dosh is self-pity. Don't have pity on anybody, as well as don't have pity on yourself. Papoham papa karma. Swamiji, you don't know how terrible I am. I have done this. Now what will happen? You will go to hell next. Don't have that negativity in your life. And when we have this thing, then dharma sammudha cheta, we are unable to recognize what is our position at a given period of time. See? Now where are we? In satsanga. During satsanga, what you should be? Satsangi. But when I give the example of husband and wife, if I glorify the wife and condemn the husband, immediately the wife will look at the husband. Dekho, dekho, dekho. Are Dumbo, I am not talking about you. Wife is a common noun. It is not a proper noun. See, my friends. So if we are a satsangi, we will only learn. This is what exactly our issue of life is. Our issue of life is, I am papoham papa karma. That is why in India, the children call the father, Papa. Papoham papa karma. Papa आ गया. Therefore, Arjuna's problem was not war, not killing, but his problem was Katham Bhishma Maham Sanke Dronam Chamadusudana Ishubi Pratiyotsyami Pujarha Varisudana. How can I think of killing Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya? They are worthy of worship and respect. Pratiyotsyami is not only fighting. Pratiyotsyami means if they hit me, I should not even retaliate. That is the meaning of Pratiyotsyami. not only fighting. Suppose my father gives me one heart, so I will hold his hand and give him back. See, friends. So Arjuna was telling that if I had to kill the grandfather or a guru, but if it is your, I have no problem. My problem is my guru, my grandfather. This was the issue what Arjuna had. And therefore, Bhagavan Sri Krishna told him so many things. Out of all that, he has done nothing. You know all these things. The Bhagavad Gita that you and me read. Do you know what is that Bhagavad Gita? The one which was told by Sanjay to Dhritarashtra. We don't read the Gita which was told by Bhagavan Krishna to Arjuna. Oh God, we never thought about it. We are only worried. Moving and chanting, keep below the chili, chutney will be ready. Mechanically going on. See, Arjuna, if you take that verse, that shloka, Karpanya dosho pata swabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yas sreyasyad nishchitam ruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. He is in such a pathetic mode. In that pathetic mode, will he chant like this? Dharma kshetre guru kshetre samayita yusvare ram ram ram. Don't make study of scriptures or Bhagavad Gita a mechanical process. Go into the depth of it. So the Gita that we are listening, hearing is from Sanjay to Dhritarashtra, not from Bhagwan Krishna to Arjuna. And Sanjay also heard from whom? Sanjay heard from Bhagwan Krishna through Bluetooth. He himself tells, Vyasa prasada shrutavan etad guhyam aham param. Oh, my king, Dhritarashtra, I heard the whole Bhagavad Gita by the grace of Bhagwan Veda Vyasa. And how he heard? He knew everything that happened on the battlefield, not only the events, but even the thought process which was going on through the people on the battlefield. It is something like passing, see, sounds we can pass on, forms we can pass on, video, but he had the ability to pass on the smell. Science has failed till date. Cannot pass on the smell. Therefore, the Gita that comes to us is from whom? And when it was told by Sanjay to Dhritarashtra, when it was told by Sri Krishna Bhagavan to Arjun, when it was told by Bhagavan Sri Krishna to Sanjay, and now when I am telling you, four of them. This has to be clear. Now, you know, in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is very clearly told. Sanjay tells Dhritarashtra. All the great warriors, Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha, Karna, all of them were entering in the mouth of the Vishwarupa Bhagavan, and he was chewing them like the noodles. And if something is slipping, he will take his tongue and pull them inside. If they were somebody's head is fixed in between the teeth, Vishwarupa Bhagavan, not our useless teeth, huge teeth. And when it was fixing there, the tongue will go and pull him inside. That was the description. If this was known to Dhritarashtra, he would have stopped the war there and then, is it not? But this was Bhagavad Gita, what was told by Sanjay to Dhritarashtra is on the 10th day, not on the time when Bhagavad Gita was narrated. It was on the 10th day. And therefore, Dhritarashtra's question, Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. This is not a question at all to ask what are the things happened on the battlefield. Every day, how many soldiers were killed, how many horses were destroyed, how many chariots were broken, how many elephants were cut. Every day report is there in Mahabharata. So he knew. How can he ask this question? It is here we start becoming subjective in our studying Bhagavad Gita. See? What made Arjuna fight the war? Bhagavan clearly showed him Vishwarup Darshan. All of them are going to be killed. Okay? Don't worry. Therefore, I am, like we write application, thanking you in anticipation. Kill them in anticipation. Don't worry. Therefore, nimitta matra bhava savyasachi. I am going to kill, but you get the credit free. And therefore, Arjuna was able and motivated to fight the war. See, friend, but this was not known to Dhritarashtra because Bhagavad Gita narrated by Sanjay to Dhritarashtra was on the 10th day. Now the question comes, what is the importance of the 10th day? See, on the 10th day, the most impossible thing happened on the battlefield. And that impossible thing was Bhishmacharya fell to the arrows of Arjuna on the arrow bed. It was an impossible event to happen. And yet it happened. Dhritarashtra was so confident because Bhishmacharya was invincible. And yet he fell to the arrows of Arjuna. Therefore the question came, how come this happened? See? Therefore his question was not simply thing, Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra Samaveda Yutsava, on the Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra with a view to fight the war, my children and Pandu's children, they came, what they did? They played kabaddi. Can this question be valid? This was not the question. Question was a surprise. What happened? That Bhishmacharya fell to the arrows of Arjuna. It was an objection. It was a surprise. Friends, questions have got different shades. And we must be able to understand what is the shade of a question with reference to context. Any statement when we try to learn without reference to context, we get lost in confusion and chaos. This is what happens with most of the students who study Gita. They do not get this basic part. See? So, his question was, how can it happen? And therefore, Sanjay told, Drishtva tu Pandavanekam Yudam Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. Then Sanjay tells, before the war, Drishtva tu Pandavanekam Raja Duryodhana, the Duryodhana, your son, O King Dhritarashtra, he went Acharyam Upasangamya. he went near to Bhishmacharya, etc., Dronacharya, and he spoke to them. What he spoke, that is told. And then he tells, thereafter, he narrates that Duryodhana told Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, these are our people, and the people in the Pandava army, they are stronger, and they were exhaustively described. That time, Arjuna's Rath comes on the chariot on the battlefield, and Arjuna tells Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Senayor Ubayor Madhya Ratham Stapaya Mechuta. Bhagavan takes the chariot in between the two armies, but in front of Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya. And there Bhagavan Krishna doesn't keep quiet. He gives the chabi and he says, you don't have to fight with the enemies. You have to fight with your nears and dears. This is the message of Bhagavad Gita. We never suffer because of the enemies. We suffer because when our nears and dears become inimical in our life. Who is the nearest to us? Our own mind. If we can mind our mind, we have learnt everything. See? But it is here we never take care. All other things are taken care of, but we have to mind our mind, because everything happens only to the mind. Nothing happens to body. See? It is for this purpose Bhagavad Gita is studied, that our real problem is not outside. Real problem is inside. And how it is when we lead a relational life. The fight was not between the two enemies. The fight was between the brothers. Pandavas were also Kauravas. They belonged to the Kuru Vamsha. So technically speaking, they were all Kauravas. So it was a fight within the family. See? And therefore, we have to again and again recognize this, that the problem is not outside. The problem was, how can I kill my grandfather and my guru? And after having told everything in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna asked Arjuna this question. Kachid etam shrutam partha tvaya ekagrena chetasa. Have you heard properly? And now, where was the Gita delivered? To Arjuna on the battlefield. Where? In between the two armies. Can you imagine? Between the two armies, everybody is ready to fight, and Arjuna is doing meditation. Don't disturb meditation in progress. No? Was he doing the japa there? Om Nasha, Om Nasha, Om Nasha? No. Hey, friends. So what is the problem? Problem is, wherever, whenever, whatever we are not 100%. Whole Bhagavad Gita summarized in one sentence. And then what Arjuna said? He said, replied the same way. Nashto moha. My delusion gone. He didn't say, I got the knowledge. Friends, we do not require knowledge. We are all knowledge embodied. Knowledge is never created. It is covered by wrong notions. And wrong notions have to be removed by not new notions, but right understanding. Therefore, what is the message of Bhagavad Gita? Instead of suffering in life, what should I do? This thing, that thing, my children don't listen to me, my husband doesn't listen to me, my wife is like that. Instead of crying and frustrated, find out who is disturbed. Then you will come to know the one who is disturbed doesn't exist. Where is the husband in the deep sleep? Where is the wife in deep sleep? When they are awake, the husband doesn't have the courage even to look at the toe of his wife. So much afraid he is. But when they sleep together in the bed, where from the courage comes? He starts snoring in the seventh note. Where from it comes? Because no more husband. If you are able to snore during waking in front of your wife, you are realized Bhagavad Gita. Friends, play your role, friends. We all have to play our roles in life. And what is playing a role? Only a particular role at a particular time for a particular period. After it is the curtain goes down, over. Don't carry the burden of the role all the time. How we carry the burden in impact on ourselves. There was one teacher. She used to teach in the this Montessori or something like small children. And how they talk to the children, beta, come, don't do like this. So slowly, slowly, that becomes their lifestyle of talking. After that, she retired and then she came for the satsang. And one day she called me, Swamiji, how are you? So I replied, Mamaji, I'm fine. Why are you talking like this? Because I'm a baby. After that, she stopped calling me. You are making fun of me. See, friends, you play your role and get out of it. Don't carry the burden throughout your life. Then we come to know life is a time pass. What for we go to see the drama or a movie? For a time pass. Today we went somewhere, seaside. Have we achieved everything? No. Free lunch. Nothing. Time pass. If you take this principle, life is a time pass, means you you are neither a failure nor a successful. Like we play with the kids. That time our concern is not whether I win the game or not. Our concern is till the food is ready, this Rakshasa has to be kept busy. Therefore, keep them busy. Nothing else. See, friends, in the same manner, Bhagwan keeps us busy. Don't come to me. See? Therefore, friends, spiritual life is not outside. Learn from every single experience of your life. With every experience you learn, you grow wise. If you don't learn from any experience, you grow old and otherwise. Now you decide which party you belong. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.